Hey everyone, let's build the Dream Village by LEGO Dreamzzz. Set number 40657 contains 434 bricks, retails for $29.99. The set was provided by the LEGO Group for late review. And this is essentially what we're going to be building today. Here's our figures. We got Dreamling Blacksmith, Dreamling Baker, Dreamling Wizard, and Jayden. Okay, so that's pretty much what it is. Here's the back. I already got bag one keyed up, and we have the building guide, essentially what it is, and it just jumps right on into bag one pretty much. And we do have a set of stickers. That's not too bad. What is that, like 4? I think we can survive through that. And yeah, let's see here. So I guess we're going to begin. Let's start with bag one. There it is, all ready to go. And I'm going to be trying a few things different. I'm going to be using that studio light for a rough tour of this. And yeah, these didn't come in scratch when I got it, so that's cool. But I'm going to try to do some things, and two, a lot of my reviews were uncompressed video formats, which is taking up so much space. So this time I'm going to try a little different and see if I can get a little bit more of a... You won't notice it on your end, but you know, my end should be a little better. And I'm kind of on the fence on this. I'm not really in the mood to build today, but I want to kind of get these sets done. This is the one I mentioned in one of my other videos. This was a late review, and I will let that be known. Haven't really had issues with... There's Jayden. Haven't had any issues with dream sets, but in the terms of I'm not really interested in the theme, but other than that, they're pretty self-contained. They're average built and stuff like that. Lots of good accessory parts. Just right now we're putting together all the small little tidbits before we can even get to the fun stuff. So we're going to have to mess with all this first. And then after these, I have 2 big massive sets that I got to build. And they got to be done in like 10 or so days. I don't know if I know I'm not going to have them both done by then. It's possible, but we don't know yet. I need to get a wand here. Got all these parts. What am I doing? I'm digging through for the little tiny stuff first. Yeah, it's like 100 and something today. Very humid, very hot, miserable, and kind of don't want to do anything in terms of, well, that doesn't go in his hand. Just anything today. I have work to do, and but some things I just, how do you get that in his hand? Just keeps kind of falling out. Boy, his head doesn't want to go on straight. Hate to think we're just messing with figures for the size of the set, but there he is. I kind of want to build big stuff. So I already got a house project that I'm going to start building, and the house project is going to be... I don't know if I'm going to do updates. If I do updates, they're going to be an exclusive for memberships and Patreon. So that's what I'm going to do. A lot of people don't watch the updates, so for those who do, there you go. I was going through YouTube videos. I thought, well, if people are not interested, I'm just going to make them an exclusive. Kind of keep them on a separate list. Boy, the mosquitoes have been out thick lately. And the weather's been out here pretty crazy, and the mosquitoes, and The other day we had a freak thunderstorm. Just nobody planned it was even going to happen. Wind started topping off about 70 out here, and that was a whole bunch of drama that started with that. So, kind of glad that that's over and done with. All right. Trying to, oh, this one goes inwards. So I'm hoping today to get done with this, because I got two big massive builds that I got to get done. They're not custom, they're reviews. And I'm going to try to squeeze those out real quick too. And this week the kitties all went to school, and it's kind of a little bit quiet around here right now, which is kind of nice. Oh, that's where the stickers go on? We need to take a window. We got to put a sticker on this. Not once, but twice. Oh. Oh God, they're gonna have air bubbles in this. Remember, I always start sets off at a 10. Well, you know that's gonna be ripped off when I'm done. They never can get these on there where there's no air bubbles. And I always give everything a start out of a 10. Well, when you don't provide this stuff printed and you got air bubbles, see, it just kind of degrades the experience a little bit. So that's going to get ripped off until I have to start dinging points, because, yeah, that's kind of a shame. Just to make it a nice fingerprint under that one. Hey, just think we're already halfway through the stickers and we're only in bag 1. Yeah. We're gonna have homemade tacos tonight. I'm like, once I get this done, then we'll start fixing up for dinner. So I was like, nobody bother me. Yeah. Let me get this done real quick here. Well, I gotta make 2 of these, but, oh, I don't see the other round brick. Well, oh, there it is. Usually that likes to roll off, and it usually rolls on the floor. Yeah, I kind of sound tired today. I am. It's just long work day. I'm glad it's over and done with. And today is the 15th, 15th of August, 2023. I'm all ready for winter, guys and gals. I am tired of summer. There's a buddy that I know that lives in Canada, and he goes, he gets tired of winters. I said, he goes, well, you get 9 months of winter. I said, out here we get 9 months of summer. Oh, that's nice. I'm like, no, it's not nice. You know, it's not really nice when you want to cool down. And, you know, out here, the electric companies are just getting richer. But I'm not going to get into that whole rant on here. Oh, there's 2 on top. This set does have some bricks, but not a whole lot. Not really not like a bunch to build a whole entire castle or something, but it's better than nothing. Remember, this one here faces inwards. Yeah, this is kind of mushy right now. It's all 1x1s in this area. I mean, it's literally just that. So if it's hard to line stuff up, there you go. It's not just you. It's hot and miserable, and this bee color is not really helping much, is it? Come on, we got to get to 1,000 subscribers on this channel. I'm going to make the main channel mostly my mocks and stuff, anything mock related, so hopefully I can start separating things eventually. I think this model is meant to rearrange the floors and stuff, I'm not sure. Yeah, the air conditioning sure working overtime. The unit's about 25 years old. I'm really kind of watching it closely to make sure it doesn't overheat and stuff. Out here, they really kind of gouge you for air condition repair. So I try to keep maintenance down on my own end here so I don't have to mess with it. I'm not a big fan of brick-built doors. At least that's what I think it is. And I use this. Oh, I got that in the wrong way. Whoops, gonna have to pop that all apart to get to that, huh? Just take out that one piece so I can rotate it. Yeah, one of the videos may have 10 to 12 installments for building, so that's all you're going to see on this channel for a while. And if you're not a fan of marathon builds, this probably won't be for you, but this build here is not too bad. What I'm going to do is I'm just, oh, it sits right on top of that, okay. That's not too bad. And then the other wand goes in here. See how dark it is in there? That's why I got that light. For these, this is pretty rough. I'm not gonna... If these got literally upon hundreds of thousands of views, I'd literally have these videos all decked out. But you know, with very few views, I'm not gonna set up all the gear. I'll do it for the walkthrough, but I will not do it for the builds. Like I said, if these got lots of views, yeah, I had somebody said, why do my tutorials have better quality than the reviews? Because more people watch the tutorials, so I spend more time on them. The more people who spend the time watching that stuff, the more inclined I'm to make better quality. Less people watch things, I just kind of half-bake it. Got that old question asked again today. Where's my parts list? Can I provide a parts list for free? I'm like, sure, once my reviews get really popular on YouTube. Didn't hear back from the guy. Reviews are a dime a dozen, but Come on, guys. You know where I get my parts from. You know where I get all the stuff like that. And that's a lot of parts here for bag 1. And that's essentially what we have. And so bag 1 does the lower portion of the Wizard shop. All right, now let's see what we have in bag 2. And the bags are not overwhelming with parts. It's pretty much spaced out just right. So I'd say there's probably about 80 to 90 parts per bag. The color palette on this it's okay for what it is. And so far the build experience is pretty good except for the stickers. I just don't like them too much. But we can manage through that here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still short 7 videos for the end of the year. I'm trying to find the... Oh, it's brown. I was looking for gray. I'm still trying to manage to get the tutorials edited. I'm slowly kind of making progress on it. I need to get on that Michael Myers house pronto. It's just the 2nd floor walls and 2 bathrooms. It's not bad. Once I get that done, I can start finalizing the build and then publish it on Patreon and Rebrickable both at the same time. I like these little lattice pieces. Kind of wish they were in silver though. I've been reading your comments, Dan and Janet. I'm trying to think of anybody else here who comments. On my main channel, I get my usual regulars that comment about reviews and stuff like that. And I'm glad that some of you are really blunt on things. Like, Jay, it's a nice review, but this set sucks. You know, I mean, be honest with the set reviews. If there's something you want to see me improve on things, like I'm doing better with the lighting now. But some of these sets that I have been getting are not the best, you know, and I'm referring to the Mario sets. The last 2 sets I did before this one, depends on when the order these were released, they were really good builds, really high scores. The last one I did after this one, or before this one, was a flat out 10, so that tells you what kind of build it's going to be. It was not a bad build. This, I don't know. Obviously the stickers are going to drag it down, but we're not done with it yet until there's accessories in this one. So maybe, just maybe, it's got a lot of parts that are common, but like you can tell this is the Wizard shop. I like those transparent gems and those like little medicine bottles. I have a 4K video up on that light. For the most part, it works really good with this camera. With the other camera, I don't know. I got to watch it on YouTube to really be sure. I just don't. I have it up on YouTube. I haven't finalized it yet and made sure it's fine. Well, actually, right now it's being uploaded. You know, it's being uploaded as we speak. But I'm hoping to have that all ready to go, just to kind of test it out and see how well it does in terms of lighting quality. Still hadn't made those face videos yet. I've been talking about it, but never have. This one's got a lot of toads in here, like a lot of frogs. I have a few vehicles I'd like to possibly start on this weekend. So that fits right in the frog area. So the frog's looking out the prison window. But I'm going to try to start doing some stuff. September's pretty much done. So I've already got August done. September is done. I've just got to finish up 2 videos for that month in terms of one I have to still edit, but it's filmed. And the second one, it's up there. I just got to, it's up there proof. I just got to write the building guide and put all the metadata in there, which I never did. So I'm kind of all over the place on that one right now, but I'm slowly piecing things together, getting things ready to go. And try to get all that done. December 60% done. And October, I have 2 videos for that, and November I only have 1. If you're in the States, or I think even the beginning of October, I know Canada celebrates their independence, so those will be kind of related towards that too. All right, hold on, this goes here. And this piece goes up on here. It's like, what am I doing? Let's make sure here. All right. So I'm hoping I'm gonna say by October, I should have most of everything done for the year, and I'll start doing next year's content. I already got a few ideas already kind of sketched out for winter months, January through February. And then once I get those done, we're ready to go. Yeah, if you haven't noticed, usually vehicles, cars, and stuff like that, I don't really post them until usually like June or July. Somebody did ask me about that. Oh, there's a 3 that goes in there. It's like, what? There's a lot of pinks or purples and magentas in here, so it kind of gets confusing. Cards are my worst enemy, but when they're done, they're always nice to have, and I always like to have a building guide. I think most of my cards have building guides, but I'd like to produce a few more. If you're on my Patreon, my bad for being a little behind, but you'll probably see why when you see all the other big stuff being uploaded. That's because I'm trying to get done with the big projects. They take a lot more time, so I try to cushion it up with smaller builds first. I know I still remember that one guy asking if he was expecting a modular a week. I couldn't help but laugh, thinking, really? Or a daily build or something like. Now he wanted to know if there was going to be big builds daily. I don't have that kind of for $5 a month. No, I could put them on Rebrickle and sell them for a lot more. All Patreon is just to back up my archives just in case I lose them. And I thought I was going to be able to do Patreon exclusive videos until I found out that they're going to suspend it by the end of October. And then after that, I have to start paying for it. And I thought, well, why don't I just keep them on YouTube then? You're going to have to pay for hosting fees, Jay. Okay, well then I'll keep them on YouTube. Because I got a message on that. It's like, well, I thought this is a good idea. I'm going to use it, you know. Oh, but we're going to have to, we got to make 2 of these. We're going to have to charge hosting fees. Okay, well then I will not be using it. I thought they give you so much and you have to pay for extra space. I'm okay with that. At first it was just for certain plans, and then they changed it, and I'm like, well, you can change it once, you're going to obviously change it again. And I thought to myself, I'm not throwing away money on that. This must be the roof, like a mushroom roof. Like a Minecraft roof. And this kind of wraps around here. See if we can do that there. Ooh, that's starting to bend. Not in a good way, too. I'm trying to get that in there and just kind of flatten those down. There you go. That's not too bad, huh? Yeah, this is bag 2, and we're already starting on the next sticker here. The next one looks like it goes on a Nexonite shield. So bag 1 does the wizard first floor. And then bag 2 does the wizardy shop second floor with the flag, or just the second floor. Makes all his potions and spells and stuff. And that's it for bag 2. We have a few of these remaining here. So let me see if I missed something here real quick before we call it a day. It's just probably extra pieces. Oh, I forgot to put a couple of these on here. Well, let's do that real quick while we're here. That one goes there, and I'm going to have to take that part off. Check your work as you go. Some people say they've got too many pieces or not enough. Check as you go. And there we go, and that's the remainder. Alright, now we're going to move on to bag 3. It doesn't show this going on top, so I'm assuming that these are just all isolated right now. So I'm going to say up to this point 2 people could build. Seems like the build's pretty balanced out. If we got another one of these. Oh, I see a Nexonite shield, so I bet sticker 3 is going to go on that, or whatever it is. Okay. I think this is where you can reconfigure the buildings and stuff. And I have a fill-in bag 4, or bags 4 and 5, or bag 5, maybe for the storyline. I'm looking for that one sandwich piece. Oh, there it is. That piece right there. Oh, we got to put together the figures. All right, I was jumping to conclusions. I want to do the big stuff. I got to do the little stuff first. Got to be careful when I get too ranty. So that must be the chef. Well, first I got to find his helmet. White parts on a white table just does not help. What I was reading, though, a lot of the LEGO designers, they don't have rooms with windows like where you get inspired. What I was told, and this is just what I was told, is that LEGO puts you in a white room with bricks, which is fine, plenty of light. You got to have the colors pop out. But when I don't want to spend half the day trying to find the parts for him, I'm going to ignore him right now. Let's put the blender in his hand. Did I even grab the right bag? I think I did. If I didn't, then I'll have to put it away. think I grabbed the wrong one. Did I just grab blindly and didn't look? I can't even find the other ones. 4 and... Oh, yes, that's bag 5. All right, well, yeah, I misread that one. So we'll... You know what we're going to do. No, let's not. Let's keep that in order here. Okay, let's put that over here for right now. All right. So bag 5's got the sticker. Let's do 3 here. My bad. Whoops. I'm honestly just... I got... This one's not too bad. It's just... I don't want to do the big stuff coming up. Okay, now we're on bag 3. Okay. My bad. Whoopsie. But... I really just want to get back... Like, I was doing tutorials, right? And these weren't... A couple of these were just not easy to do. But... I managed to survive these tutorials, and they weren't too bad. And I like doing the hard tutorials, and there you go, there's the shaft. Yeah, don't let the size of the bags fool you. A lot of little parts. This one's got a lot of the cool blue here. I don't know why we stick it right there. I don't have little hands, Lego. Little fingers are shoved down in there. Oh, that's kind of nasty. So I think all these rooms are just supposed to link together so you can do any kind of configuration you want. That's what I'm just gathering. You notice, compared to the Super Mario sets, you notice how fast these are going? And 2 of these are complete. The only way this set would literally get a 0 if I build it and it just crumbles apart and caves in on you. Matter of fact, I just started submitting my paperwork in for the Mario sets. Everybody's like, oh, you gotta be careful, they may bang. And like, I think they wanted me to be honest and say, hey, these sets just stink. I mean, they're just a waste of time. And where these right here, even if I had a PDF guide, you know, as long as I get the same flavor of the building guide that LEGO used to produce is fine. The 3D app is okay. There should be an alternative model where I can, or an alternative view that I can switch. Well, I'm missing one stud flower. Oh, there it is. Oh no, that's a stud. I'm on the lookout for these too. Yeah, lots of 1x1s and 1x2s in this set. Just very small parts, medium to small. So I'm just gonna flat out forewarn you that it is what you're getting here. Like this color of blue. Don't have a lot of it, so maybe we'll get enough one day. I mean, I don't have enough to make a house, but once LEGO starts producing more of the essential parts, I can. That's why I said I want to get back into building homes again. This is starting to look kind of yummy here, huh? Yeah, but I think you guys and gals are going to like some of the sets I'm reviewing this time. They're different. It's not like I'm going to be belly aching through them. Something like this, we don't know yet. You know what? I slept pretty good, but I'm still tired. Like, I need to update the points on a video game of mine. I got Minecraft running in on in the background, like literally behind me. Just farming stuff right now, and well, I'm smelting cobblestone. So that's what I'm doing. Multitask a little bit. That's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna... I found one of those cities. I was digging straight down, putting a ladder to go down into the underworld, and there was one of those ancient cities right there, falling in right on top of one of those little things that the warden comes out and kind of slains you down there. And I thought, well, just have to think of a way to do it. I found out something very interesting too. You know how those things take forever to break? I never understood why. Like, why do they always give you a diamond hoe with efficiency 5 and unbreaking 3? Well, now I know why they give you a diamond hoe, because those things break those things pretty easy. And I think the hoe also has silk touch. It has silk touch, efficiency 5, and unbreaking 3. I just need to put a mending on it. So I'm trying to also farm up some emeralds for a mending book, so I can hurry up and mend that thing together so I can go hog wild on it. This is kind of loose, but now we're strengthening it up. Yeah, I noticed I haven't been buying a whole lot of parts. These sets do compensate for some, but not a whole lot. Not for my style of build, anyways. But it's a little. Every little bit helps. One of these sets that I finally parted out actually had more than enough parts that I needed to finish up a job. I was like, yeah, that works, huh? Got a pretzel right here. Pretzel just sits right here. And a fork goes back there. And gotta put our leaves on here. Yeah, I've been looking at some places to visit. And they're both on both sides. And you know, a lot of people said you don't want to go backpacking alone in the backcountry just in case. And so there's actually groups that do this type of stuff. So I may have to get out of my shy bubble and have to maybe do that. And that's it. Where did the meat cleaver go? Okay, the meat cleaver goes here. I'm just checking my work here real fast. And that is where it goes, like that. Now, we haven't put anything together yet. It's kind of got me worried here. But so far, there you go, that's what you have remaining for bag 3. So far, everything over here is isolated, so bags 1, 2, and 3 are completely separate. Alright, bag 4 feels pretty light. Not a whole lot in there, don't you roll into that other pile. And I'm kind of checking an automated bamboo farm. I use bamboo for making ladders and stuff, so. In fact, we haven't hit that one sticker yet, so we got one sticker still. Bag 3 didn't require any stickers. Yeah, I'm hoping that this is just isolated, where And it's, you don't have to take anything apart, you just make accessories, and I think that's what this is meant to be done for. So we haven't done anything in terms of this, but we have done it in such a way here that right now 1, 2, and 3, easy. If this one's isolated, that'd be pretty cool. I'm looking for, you know, I mean, here's the deal. If it's a collaborative build, one person can build it, 2 people could build it, and so on and so forth. Versus having a set that may have, I don't know, 50, let's say 5,000 bricks. 50,000 would be kind of nuts. Let's say 5,000 bricks. And you would have one person only build it. That's kind of stinks. I'm hoping LEGO's listening because, like I said, I want to see these more. They're easy not only to build, to index, but they're also easy for collaboration too. So like I said, you and a young one can build this. So far, if this bag here is isolated, it means 2 to 3 to 4 people. 1 through 4 people could build this set. Right now we don't know because we haven't finished yet. We're getting there though. I hear the phone ringing. I'm not here. Guys, it's work's over. I'm probably one of the only people out here that still has a landline. Cell phones are pretty cool, but out here where I'm at, I'm lucky to get 3 bars on it. Most time it's 1 or 2. You know, getting a cell phone call out here is kind of weird. We've all been trying to get providers out here to put cell towers, but most of it's private land. And then you can say, hey, well, one of the business owners out here is like, hey, I leased the land, and they did not agree to his terms, so they just thought, okay, we don't get anything out here right now. Kind of sucks, but that's how it is. Alright, so this is probably still part of the bakery here. And, you know, despite what this set is, I'm not into this theme at all. It's very relaxing, so it's not like I'm trying to cringe at the build or anything like that. It's very relaxing. Let's hope it stays that way. You know, I just want to kind of chill out on this one here. You know, if it has to be done, this one's already late, so I'm not going to race to get it done, although I want to kind of get it done and published within a week. I think this week, right now, I'm posting videos that I have of my own stuff right now that I have left over. And then that's where I'm starting with that. And this is a nice piece to have, too. With the 1x2 plate on top. Yeah, but I can't wait to share the new stuff. Don't worry, folks. We will do it. Is this a duplicate or is it not? We're going to make sure here. Alright, so we're making... It's like they're independent from one another. Looks like gingerbread, huh? A gingerbread house? I always think of these big circles as the icing stuff. That does sound good as gingerbread cookies. We'll be having those for a while. There's this cheap bag of cookies that I used to get at one of the discount stores, and they're really good. They're just, sometimes you get the cookies, they're all broken, but for the most part, they're not too bad. They're pretty yummy, actually. Yeah, but before long, Christmas will be around and it'll still be hot. No snow, no cold weather. Although they said weather's going to get more extreme, but how? Okay, and then this goes on here. Now make sure you're pressing under these little slopes too. Well, that crap fell off, huh? Kind of really flimsy there. It's meant to kind of go around. It kind of gives us that European, like something you see in England or something. Of course, this stuff is designed in Denmark, so over there they got more of the, what I consider more of the architecture designs that I like. I like that old medieval stuff. I know modern's pretty cool, but then again, yeah, I mean, modern, you know, who really cares? What are we building here? Alright. Must be the chimney then, huh? I know there's somebody out there who could build this faster, but I said in previous builds I'd rather do this and work. Alright, we should have put this on before we did that, because I'm going to bend this guy up real quick and just put my finger under here and just press this chimney down like that, and then swing it back down. There you go. Pretty cool, huh? These are just barely hanging in there too. Alright, now we got to put together the windmill. Cool yellow too, that's pretty cool. Wish the building was in this color. I've never done a gingerbread house in my life. I should just buy one. They have kits, but kits are just so informal. I want to kind of make my own from scratch. I'm talking about an edible one. They're not meant to be eaten, but just to kind of make it and then that night have it as a dessert. There you go. Pretty cool. And that's what we have remaining for bag 5. Or 4, I mean. Okay, so far we have 4 isolated pieces. How bad is this one? Let's see here. And it looks like, and I'm just going to go ahead and take a look here. Oh, let's not spoil it. We'll kind of leave it as a surprise. That this could be maybe, and I'm hoping it is, up to 5 people can build this. That'd be kind of epic, huh? For something so small than 5 people. When you get those 2,000 piece sets, only 1 person can build at one time. I always hate getting beards and stuff on. And this guy here only has a beard, but he's got himself a tie back cut. What, no undercut? Well, it would look better on him if he did. And he's got himself a wood axe, so he's Mr. Fix-It here. There you go. He's done. Okay. Get these all over here. And there we go. Let's see if we can get through this real quick here, because I want to do some other things than this. I kind of want to get this guy going here. Review it and then try my compression technique and see how fast this one gets sent up. So we're building an anvil here. I mean, there is some unique pieces in this set, but it's not nothing to write home about. Wait. I'm looking at something different here. Yeah, I hate being told how to put stuff together. When you're doing reviews, though, when you get a review offer, I have to do what the book tells me. It's not like... I know when I was doing the interview process in the Ambassador Network, they're also looking for people who do alternative models. But when I see things in my mind, I don't want to be confined to just a fixed number of bricks. I want to be able to just expand on something. Got ourselves a gold machete. Knock the overgrowth around the blacksmith shop, or whatever that guy is, the bakery, the baker. Okay. Yeah, lining these one by ones can be a total bitch sometimes, because you're just trying to line up pieces. They want to turn. All right, here's something that I noticed LEGO does that I don't do in my manual, which I may have to start doing that. I'll show you here in a second. See how they already have this piece on here without an arrow? Usually I put arrows in mine. I'm trying to do LEGO quality manuals, building guides. And I kind of read on how they do things. And then I'm trying to replicate what LEGO does in mine, so when you get one of my manuals, it doesn't feel like it's just some hodgepodge thrown together stuff. I get questions asked from time to time on Rebrickable. Is this just a generated file, or did you handwrite these? I'm like, I handwrite it all. I proof everything. I mean, I use a program to generate the files, but then again, I go through and make sure everything gets proofed about 3 or 4 times before I even think about publishing. I don't want to waste the viewer's time or the builder's time in trying to decipher what I'm trying to do. That's not fair to the builder to try to have to figure out. I mean, we're here to build, right? We're not here to decipher. So I try to make it easy for you to put things together. Some guys don't. They charge 20 bucks for a building guide, and you're like, you just built that and you just ran it through. I tried it one time just running things through. Okay. The holders, you may not be able to see it in the manual, but they go like this, I think. Maybe. Let's make sure here. No, there's 2 different types. Let me look here. It's dark brown, or it's brown. Yeah, they're supposed to go like this. I'll give you a better look here on my end. It's supposed to be like that. But I want you to have a good build experience, not just in 2. I have to build this stuff too. If everyone okay, you want to fly out of my hand, huh? You can get cut by this stuff real quick. But I'm just like, I build those manuals too. I have to build from them. If I need an idea, I have to copy it too. I don't want to have to decipher my own work. So I make it easy for you as well. When I go back through, I rebuild things, and if I am having a hard time understanding what I did, I don't expect you to understand it either. So I will make sure that it can be legible. I try to anyways. And if I get somebody who contacts me and says, Jay, I don't mean to complain, but this doesn't make sense, and I'll look in the manual, but oh, I'll have to fix that then. And if they paid for it, I'll just send them a brand new copy and just expedite it. So if something doesn't make sense, so by all means, don't hesitate to contact me. And this is just for doing the printed guides, just like these, you know. A lot of you said something about the light, everything shadowed out. So I just kind of use my listening ears, and there you go. We got to make 4 of these now. And just kind of, I still need to get on sorting parts too. I started on it, I think I've just parted out 2 whole entire sets, and I kind of stopped. You know, after a while I can only do so much. So I've been slowly nibbling at things, and my inventory has, my Lego collection has grown, but it's not for the best. It's not these are parts that I seldomly use. So it doesn't do me any good if it's a part that I rarely or seldomly use versus bricks or plates, you know, doors, windows, tiles, and just, you know, it's like even, oh, you get pink bricks. Yeah, but I could use those for fillers. I gotta make 2 of these, it tells you too. You can tell these are meant for the little voodoo doll figures, or the troll figures, whatever you want to call them. Oh, just about done here. We still got 1 sticker left too, so I don't know where that's gonna go. Yeah, these are all modular, so I think you're just meant to reconfigure this one here. Some of these sets were pretty lousy, but most of them for the majority have been pretty good. You know, just average builds, but nonetheless still pretty good. This bag here had a lot of pearl gold. Some of this stuff is just stubborn. It's like 1 by 1. You can see my hands are starting to get red. You know, oh my goodness, look at all the weapons you got to put in there. Yikes. Well, let's start with something. First, I got to find the flashlight base. Yeah, this is the blacksmith here. I think that's what he's called. Okay, he's got various weapons and stuff. No, I'm not a fan of weapons. Got a gold helmet here. Gold's not good. Minecraft has already proven that. There we go. What I'm going to do for the review, I'm probably going to do a 360 spin, and then we'll do a close-up tour. As far as for the figures, I think I'm going to leave them and the close-up to kind of minimize doing the whole walkthrough, you know. Let's combine it more into a walkthrough than anything else. I'm trying to, like I said, don't want to spend too much time on reviews and when nobody watches them. There we go. We got all the weaponry in there. Thought I saw something on the screen there. It looks like black all of a sudden, like a poof. Could have been my hands. This thing does lag too by a few seconds. I know the iPhone does that. Like you'll move the camera really quick and it just lags, like maybe by a second. Just about done here, folks. I think this is just meant to be reconfigured for whatever mission. So maybe we're building everything first. But just the only thing I'm going to have to make a complaint on here is that I'm seeing these pieces here and I feel like I haven't put anything together. What I may do is get the turntable before we start assembling it and just kind of set it up real quick while we're doing the tour. You also get some of these inverted ones. I still remember the Bricklink seller that called me stupid because I said those are not rare, these are pretty common. I mean, I have a bunch of these inverted things, you know. Oh, you're stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. You're really dumb. I'm thinking dumb. I don't know, dude. I'm not going to get into it on here, but I just thought. And I bought stuff. And this guy had he was a Bricklink seller too. And I bought some stuff from this guy. And I won't anymore. Okay, I mean, to him, it probably doesn't bother him. You get 5 gold ingots too. But these guys who do the Bricklink stuff, some of them, this is a job to them. This is an income. But these guys will go out and this guy that was real rude, he goes out and buys every Lego set on clearance. Parts them out and put them in this Bricklink store. I mean, that's fine, kudos to him. But a lot of the parts that he sold was basically Chima junk. For me, I just do this stuff for fun. There's your last sticker on the Nexel Knight shield. I wish that was printed though, it's kind of cool. And ski poles on top of here. It's not too bad for decorations. Just be careful, you may want to hold because this will come apart here. I'm going to hold underneath. Alright, so I'm not sure if this is what we have remaining right now. We're going to slide all this off to the side here. And now we could either do the blue or the green. Let's do the green. Why not? I've been sticking with green for so long. And was it blue? I can't remember. We'll just do the green one here. Okay, so it's just something big. What does the one show on the book or the box? If it's blue, we'll do the blue one. I'd like to copy what's on here. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the blue. Just so we can compare it with the box. So basically I was right. So up to this point here, I'm not sure if we need this stuff over here. Up to 5 people can build this set. All right. Let's make sure here. Yeah, okay. So up to 5 people, which is cool. So take these 2 big pieces here, and you can put these together. But yeah, not too bad. I don't know, it feels kind of flimsy. Huh. Okay, we'll put that back there. And but you can put these any way you want. That's the whole point about these type of sets here. Everything snaps in pretty easily, huh? Oh, a little bed. That's what that was back there. With a very crushed in pillow. So essentially you can do whatever you want. Now, yeah, it would be easier to do one piece. But then again, I want to copy the box just to compare it. Plus this one obviously looks a little more interesting. And then you could reconfigure it if you choose. And that's it. Let me make sure here. Yeah, that's all you're doing. And that is what we have remaining for bag 5. Okay. Let me get a turntable, and then we're going to get started on taking a look at everything. It'd be easier doing it on here. I may get the floodlight out. I don't know. It depends on my mood. All right. Now, when I move everything over here full time, eventually, it'll be a little different. Something fell out of somebody's hand. Somebody lose their magic wand. Yes, you did. You put that back in your hand. We haven't done the tour yet. like I'm gonna break that. There we go, I heard it snap that time. And put these up here. So 3 pieces is not too bad, but let's see if we can get this here. What I'm going to do is when I do the tour, it'll be easy to do that. Okay. So this thing's, I'm going to have to re-grease this thing here eventually. Take it apart, take all the grease off of it, and just literally re-grease it. Okay. They're nice little sub-models, I have to admit that, but I'm pleased with this set. It had 4 stickers. I mean, I'm thinking more and more this is probably a 9. Nothing lower than that. Now let's just slide the table over here. And so we got our little blacksmith guy here. We have our Baker, the Wizard, and we got Jayden. And I think that's all the figures that were on the box, yeah. So it's basically Dreamling and then whatever they are. So we have the Wizard, the Blacksmith, and the Baker, and Jayden. Okay. That's just for my reference. So let's take a look here and see. You know, I can slide this one over a bit more here. All right. Trying to make it all fit here in the center of the screen here. And, okay, let's begin with the tour. So, this is a fully playable model, obviously, as you can tell. It's collaborative as well. Here's the back, so you have access to the interiors. Now, this is obviously meant for little fingers, so let's try putting one of these guys in here. Here's the Baker. He's going to have a hard time to fit in here. I think you have to take off the accessories. Just throw them in there like that, and he can have a very rough sleep. So, he's the only one that's got a bed, doesn't he? And then there's the blacksmith shop. And there's the bakery. And yeah, not too bad. Now, I'm going to get that light here and test it out real quick and see how well this works. But there is a lot of detail in the build for what it is. It's a very small set. This is only 434 bricks, but for the most part, you are getting what you're paying for. And then we're going to shed some more light on this here. Turn it on a little bit here. Now I have no way to hold this by any means. Like I said, this is a very small little tripod. I wish I could put it right there. Let's make sure we're on the warm template here. So, as you can see though, yeah, this does work a lot better in terms of getting light in there. Although I'd like to put it up here a bit more, or at least over here. Matter of fact, I'm going to have a bracket made where the light's here, but you can see I have a shadow versus here. I may have to put this light right there, huh? But lots of detail though. Just for what it is, these are almost like between micro scaled and full size scaled. And nice, bright, and colorful. Looks pretty good. Yeah, not too bad. What does this look like if I turned up full blast? Oh yeah, look at that. Just saturate that screen right out. You can really see in there, huh? We'll have to use this for the initial tour. That looks really good. I just need to make that pole probably a foot taller. Yeah, or well, just maybe all together just by, hold on. This thing wants to keep falling down. We'll put it on the thing. For the most part, though, I'm satisfied with the build. So let's start with collaborative build. As you saw, there were 5 individual pieces. Looks like everything was evenly spaced out, like even amount of parts pretty much. Pretty close. Up to 5 people can build a 434-piece set. That's pretty good. So you can have up to 5 children build this, or you can build it with a family. This would be a good little family build. So I'm really pleased with the collaborative build with this set here. You also get 4 figures. Everything's kind of like scaled for these guys, but I'm sure you could probably make these larger for bigger figures. I'm really happy with the accessories, which leads to play value, and this is somewhat of a playable model. Like I said, they're just meant for the little Dreamling figures to fit in here. So for the most part, it does work with them. Now for the build quality, I'd say it's average with this. Some of this stuff just feels kind of questionable, like the roof, and just like some of this stuff is ready to fall apart. I'm not talking about the floors that can detach, but when I was building this, it just seemed like things were just kind of going to flake off. So I'd say the build quality is average. My build experience is pretty good. It's a very relaxing build, very bright and colorful. You weren't overwhelmed with it. It's broken down in such a way that you can take your time if you're doing this solo. Really good. I'd say that's really good for the collaborative build, or for solo build as well. And this thing here can't be dropped in a city because these are left open in the back. So you really can't do this with a city, but you can actually improve these and make them into a mock. So it does have mock potential. It's also got a nice selection of parts you can use for existing mocks as well. You can enhance your Lego collection further. And for the most part, I'm pretty happy with the build, which leads to a score of 9, probably 9 to 9.2. And the reason why I'm dinging off just a little bit, this is the stickers on this glass here. That was the killer here for it. And I don't know, just some parts of the build just felt kind of flimsy. Nothing fell off. It just, I don't know, I just felt like this one was kind of rushed in a bit. It's got a lot of detail. I think that's probably why. But the main majority is the stickers here. Hey, it's better than a 0 or a 1 like I did with those other sets, huh? But I think this is a 9, 9.2. It's playable, everything else, so it's got the works. Now, is this set worth $29.99 for 434 bricks? And this is essentially what you're getting here. Not too dissatisfied. So I think that's a pretty reasonable price for the set. All in all, I'm pretty happy with it. But tell me what you think of this set. To me, it was a very relaxing build. I wasn't bored with it. It just kept my interest. And I'm not a fan of the Dreams theme, but this is really nice nonetheless. So tell me what you think.